brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Falcons and the Lions. All that and more coming up next.
This Lion fan base have been craving home playoff football since this building opened in 2002, and they've got it today at Ford Field in Detroit. Coming up, we've got an ultra-important divisional round matchup in the NFC, as it'll be the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Detroit Lions. Hello, everyone. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And who has the edge here? You got one side that had some extra rest. The Lions defense readying to go to work here in this NFC divisional round matchup. And the heart and soul of this crew all season long has been this man at linebacker.
It's been a dream season so far. His guys are the #1 seed, and they're at home. They got the week off to kind of recharge for this playoff run, but you do have to worry about rust, especially early on these first few drives.
Ready?
Now a first carry here for Robinson. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll run again here with Robinson. And this might net him a yard, if that, as he gets back to the original line of scrimmage, the 25. The second down play not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Looking to throw it here, Ritter. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Ready?
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson to the 43, second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB. And he probably should have given that one off, as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. They'll come to the line here, needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Ritter throwing on 3rd down. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Jack Campbell coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. This is taken at the 23. Great block. The Lions defense back out there. They've got the 3-0 advantage here as this next drive starts, 1st and 10.
Ready, ready. Ready?
They start on the ground with Robinson here. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Ritter throwing right, and that's complete. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll leave it with a 3rd and 2.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that one is quarterback to the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage can react.
Robinson will try to pick it up. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
And when you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage.
Down.
The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
3-0 after one on EA Sports. Second quarter now, Falcon football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go.
Back to throw, Ritter. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. He was looking for Jamison Crowder there, and it's 2nd down. Robinson up the middle. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to put those nickel sub packages, don't they?
Ritter from the gun on 3rd down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
The Detroit defense back onto the field. They've had the upper hand so far this first half of play, working with a good lead already as they look to defend this 1st down.
Let's go now. Ready?
Ritter looking to throw on 1st and 10. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the 2nd half of this contest.
Ritter has it knocked down. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Ready? Right.
The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long. Robinson on a give right side. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. And look at this, it's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt, it doesn't work out, and the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. First and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On second down, Ritter. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Their partner guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Ritter cannot escape, and they bring him down. Levi Onwuzurike drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Here comes the Lions punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they... to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points. He certainly did his best to find something on that run, but there just wasn't enough time to make it happen. Nice effort there, avoiding the sack and getting back to the line of scrimmage. That one certainly could have ended up worse.
Under pressure, and down he goes. Aleem McNeil in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Ritter and the Falcons need an answer and a big play here on 3rd and long following the sack. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
The Lions defense back out there. They've done a really nice job of slowing the tempo of this offense, and as a result, they've got a comfortable third quarter lead as this next drive begins 1st and 10.
Yellow. Blue check.
First down, here's Ritter. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Levi Onwuzurike picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, They got to give a game ball to the front seven. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Just when they need a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
Sets up the screen to Robinson. He's got space past the 25 and all the way up to the 33-yard line. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's fourth down.
Well, they've certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be Falcon football.
Here we go.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They begin the drive with Robinson. And he'll be taken down after a minimal pickup, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the fourth. From the 31, here's a 2nd and 9.
Green. Check white.
Ritter now. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Sutton, and the return here will go to the 31-yard line. This spot in the fourth quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
The Detroit defense back onto the field. They'll start by looking at a 1st and 10 at the 25.
Down.
Try to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here we go. Here we
So
go.
the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Ritter from the gun. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Sutton. And the return will stop right around the 25. Well, just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception, and this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
Yeah, a lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, a lot of smiles. It's been their day.
The Lions defense back out there. They've pitched the shutout here into the fourth quarter. Been sensational. The question, can they finish it off? They'll need to come up with another stop here.
Ready.
Now Ritter to throw on 1st down. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Marcus Golden able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Ritter. Oh, that is going to be a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does them in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl. A fantastic season. Unfortunately, for the other team, a tough, tough way for it to end.